Okay, Assalamualaikum and good evening. Okay, today I'm presenting about concept, process and stage of learning. Okay, the first is concept in performance and access learning. Okay, what a concept in performance and access learning? As a coach of specific team and conduct, you must also know concept first about the skill as execution that can improve the performance of athlete and teams. The concept that, is can apply when people who assess learning must make inference from observation performing and during test or practice. Okay, in skill education, you must take note of the differentiate between performance and learning should that they to dominate. Okay, what the differentiate between the performance and learning? Okay, the first we're talking about the learning. Learning is referring to relatively permanent change in knowledge and or behavior of athlete. Okay, the second is learning is making long term period. Okay, the learning contribute or consists three common learning assessment. The first is observing practice performance, and second transfer test, and third is retention test. Okay, for the performance also we can take note about the performance is referring to temporary fluctuation in a knowledge that can be measured like from linear, positive and negative accelerates. Okay, the performance also can observe during or directly after instruction that you give uh, when you as a coach lah. Okay, second the third is performance is taking short term skill. It's not take a long time. Okay, for performance also is consists general performance characteristic of skill learning. The first is in performance consistency, stability, persistence, adaptability and reduce attention demands. Okay, next we can talk about the characteristic is skill learning. Okay, what the performance characteristic I've said, like I said earlier, improvement, consistency, stability, persistence and what other adaptability and reduce attention demand. Okay, for the I give first explanation. The first for improvement, the first is improvement is the performance of athlete from the task to another task of skill that they perform. You can saw the small changing of the improvement of athlete from the low level to the high level of the perform. Okay, increase, for example in baseball, increase the level of throwing for the opponent, which the speed and velocity from the low velocity or low speed to the high speed. Okay, for the consistency, the second is consistency is always do the same thing without missing it until reach the target that you as a coach want. And consistency can contribute, maintain and totally can improve from little bit to expert. For example, in baseball, you can try to hit the ball by the bat in the same position without many trial, just one trial or two trial. Okay, stability, the stability which is the person control the distribution of internal and external balance, include the stress such as performing under pressure. External, like external perturbation include environment factor such as the wind or a difficulty. Okay, for example, in baseball, the player can control the movement ball and pressure that came under the game. Okay, we can talk about next is what the four general trend in performance curve. The first is linear, the second is negative accelerate, and the third is positive accelerate, and fourth is or give or C S shape. Okay, for the linear, the linear is the first trend of linear when proportion increase over trial to time. For example, their athlete show the improvement of scale in baseball, like throwing is so faster and more accurate. The graph like more like that. Okay, for the negative accelerate, second in negative accelerate that only improvement, but they last slowly down, like the graph is improved, and for the last graph they goes down, like that. Okay, for example, in baseball, when the skill that hit or throwing is accurate and good, but lastly the movement and task of them become bad, like not hit the ball, or sometimes miss to hit the ball, like that lah. Okay, for the positive accelerate, okay, that is positive accelerate starting with a little bit change, but the less increase and improve at ladder. Okay lah, this can show at the player of baseball hit the ball from part of the bat, but after that them can control the part of the ball, can hit at the bat, like that lah. More down, and after that slowly increase. Okay, for the OG or S shape, the combination of the positive and negative, like like that lah. For example, the 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 what I say, the first going down, and second part of the C-shaped graph going to up, and third part going down back, and the last part going up. Okay, next is how to apply in baseball. Okay, using as a coach, the application skill of performance learning of athlete player is the one of significant process that you must take over for enhance the high ability of each player to expert and to be a professional lah. During a tournament or game, and game, you also can observe a measure of characteristic and behavior to improve it. This can help the coach to retrieve training season and apply in the real game. Okay, from the assessment learning as a coach, you can evaluate some benefit or more effective for the athlete and players, such as baseball player. Okay, using for the six characteristic, that will include more efficient to control the achievement of your player. The combination improvement consistency, stability, persistence, adaptability, and reduce attention demand. For example, in the you as a coach can take note the changing of performance during training and transfer to competition by the six characteristic of catch, throwing, or and hit ball. If the player is not stability, can ensure the can adaptation quickly with different situation to improve it faster. The measurement can get from the curve line also to get better. Okay, second is using the assessment technique. Attention it test more show the proven and evident to conduct the enhance and the capability of player, how they can change the wrong skill for the correct one. Okay, it is more to of technical apply. For example, the movement of the starting throwing for the opponent, for the angle and speed of ball. In training season, you as a coach can saw the throwing or hit the ball, the how many successful player was done. If the ball more to not accurate, the transfer test must be conducted with this pattern of wide, and angle of hand must be changed. If the angle is not suitable, change the right position on and the movement. Okay. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you and assalamualaikum.